1 Thessalonians 4 and 11. I'm going to start at 10 again.
Yep.
And indeed, ye do it toward all the brethren which are in Macedonia, but we beseech you, brethren.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this about the indeed. If y'all don't have the same understanding of the same scriptures, or in how to on one accord with how to perform the law, how can you treat your brother the same way? How can you treat them fairly amongst each other? You know, purely, so to speak. Go on.
It says, but we beseech you, brethren, that you increase more and more.
That you increase in your knowledge of this thing more and more. That more edification is able to come out. That you gain more edification. That, like the Apostle Kabar says, when you do a lesson, you get the best type of lesson to do is what you just taught yourself. You know, what you just taught, do that. Do a lesson on that. What you just learned from yourself, teach that. When you study to show yourself approved, you find something that you didn't know, bring that out. You know?
Verse 11, and that you study to be quiet and to do your own business.
You study to be quiet and do your own business. You gotta go and do your own thing, man. You gotta really take your time to study.
Put in that work, man.
You got to. Hey, I'm not gonna front, bro. When I don't have time to do it, or I have carved out enough time, or I got a busy week, or hectic, or whatever's going on, it bothers me. It really bothers me that I don't get enough time to watch videos or whatever the situation may be. But it's integral that we do it, though. That's why when I do have a time, I damn near try to overdose on it. You know, to try to make up the balance of it, you know? I know brothers have issues, they got lives and stuff, but we still gotta find time to read. You know, audio Bible's nice, but read along to the audio Bible. I learn better that way myself. But it takes all these things for this truth. You gotta constantly be meditating and studying to these things. You know, this word, going into words and everything else. That's what these other groups don't do. They want to get salvation on easy street, but it's not meant for that.
I got a piece of that real quick while you're on that.
Real quick, go.
James 1 and 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only.
Yeah, you can't just sit there and just listen and then run out and tell Esau, you the devil, and you black people follow the law, or call them out for breaking the law, or whatever. You gotta actually study the deeper mysteries of this book too, the prophecies. You know, those are the deeper mysteries that the parables. You need to know how to apply these things to your life to be able to teach men to be able to do that. To do these things, to perform these types of actions, to have these type of thoughts when that day comes.
And also going back to the scripture where it says to increase, it's basically saying, man, you need to grow. You need to grow in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
And what it takes for you to grow is to keep getting nourished in this word, man. That's how you get weaned from the milk.
Yeah.
All right. And all you guys in the old school that's still out and y'all teaching Israel the same shit that y'all taught back in the 90s, you niggas proving that y'all never grew. You know? You didn't increase. And now all of a sudden you want everybody to come together with you. You want everybody to basically stay on your level.
Right.
If y'all come together with us, we can all be on the same level. Nah, man, we constantly gonna grow. And that's the reason why the men of Great Millstone is not gonna come together with you, man. Because you'll be the reason why we can't grow. No, we gonna, the Most High is gonna give us the increase, and we gonna grow according to the Spirit, man.
All I see coming, if that was to ever happen, if y'all don't get yourselves together and come to this doctrine, it ain't gonna happen. Or if y'all did come to this, try to come over like that, and they ain't fully made the change, y'all gonna get kicked out anyway.
That's right.
And we gonna have more a difficult time deciphering the niggas that's true, you know, I mean, that's real niggas that ain't in this thing versus the real men that's in this thing. Why would we do that? You know, why would we mix rice with salt with I don't know, something else white and powdery? You know, I don't know what the fuck. I'm just saying, why we mix two things that seem the same? We gotta try to figure it out. Yeah, salt and sugar. Why we mix that? And then we gotta figure out where the sugar, what's sugar and what's salt. You know? That don't make no sense.
Make it bittersweet.
Right.
Oh, verse 12.
That was it. That was all you had.
It says, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you.
Hey, being a doer of the word, you actually have to go out and do these things and perform them yourself. You have to go do the research. You have to go, the things that you learn in the spirit, you have to go prove them out in public amongst other people. You have to be a living example of what the next man should be doing. Whether that's a 2/3 or your brother that believes what you believe. Whether they be younger in faith or reminding the brothers that you know, whatever purpose it may be used for, the Most High may have for you, be an example of that. You know?
It says that you may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that you may have
that you may walk honestly to those that don't have the truth. That when they see you, they can see the truth in you. That they see that, hey, what you doing? I'm studying. What are you studying? I'm studying the Hebrew. Like, oh shit. You know Hebrew? Like, yeah, I'm actually trying to tighten up on it because I've been slack on it. Like, whoa, you know Hebrew? Yes. Why do you know Hebrew? Because I study the Bible. That's why. And I want to know, you do? And then, oh man, you know, it opens up from there. And then you're able to go into the Hebrew and the Greek and whatever else. You know, because you do the work. But you have to be able to work with your own hands to actually do it. You can't be like, hey baby, go on and queue up a couple videos for me and you know, tell me what it say when you look up the word such and such. You can't ask nobody else to do that for you. This knowledge is for you.
It says, and that you may have lack of nothing.
That you may have lack, that the full amount of understanding that Yahweh Shema Shai has for you, that you can get that. Hey, there's stuff that some of us get that we ain't gonna retain because it wasn't meant for us to know. But that when you heard it, like, oh, okay. I'm humble to that idea, but it don't make sense yet to me.
Example. It wasn't too long ago that the apostles got the prophecy on the unicorn. So it wasn't for them to know and for people to know 15, 20 years ago.
Right. That's a great example.
That was it.
Was it on that?
Yeah.
That was all I had. I just wanted because it takes both of those. Like my point being, it's not just about
can't be lazy in this, man.
Right. And a lot of y'all, that's y'all issue. Y'all lazy. That's why you hate us, because we go thoroughly into everything that you do and what we do. Well, y'all be like, nah, you don't have to go into Greek to understand that. When it says a mark, nah, man, you do have to go into the Greek. You do have to go into the Hebrew for the name. You do have to. These clues are there for edification.
And they don't want to go, because they, like the Apostle Tahar and the other apostles always say, really, it's you guys are not deep.
Yeah.
And you're comfortable with where you're at. When it comes to the spirit, man, you're comfortable. You're complacent on your level, man. You don't have any interest in growing and trying to better yourself in the knowledge, man. You want to stay on one fucking plane, you know. And that's why y'all want to come together, knowing damn well that y'all all got shit that y'all gotta work out your damn selves, man.
Yeah. As individual camps.
Yeah, man. Before y'all worry about coming together, man, get your shit in order first, man. Yeah. Get your house in order. You know?
I just wanted to touch on that right quick, man, because that's for us to be exhorted to do that, and for y'all to be exhorted to do that in these other groups. Y'all gonna have to, if y'all really gonna try to come together, y'all need one doctrine. And the best doctrine is one of truth and wisdom.
Yep.
And the only way you're going to get it is to study and to show yourself approved unto the Most High God, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The name of Yahushua.
I'm trying to find that script where it says, prove your own work.
No, that wasn't what I got. I got one. Let me get it.
Galatians 6 and 4.
I get it. Unless he get it.
Galatians 6 and 4.
Got it.
All right.
Galatians 6, verse 4. But let every man prove his own work,
Yep.
and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another.
Yeah, you ain't got to
Matter of
worry
fact,
about.
start at 3 and then read.
Okay, yeah.
Galatians 6 and 3. For if a man think himself to be something
Yep.
when he is nothing,
Yep.
he deceiveth himself.
Yep.
But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he
Hey,
rejoice in himself
I'm going to use
alone.
this as an analogy. Michael Jordan didn't call himself the greatest basketball player to ever live. He just went out and proved it. For you basketball fans that believe in that type of thing. And whoever else that they believe that they was the best ever.
Floyd
Floyd, I
Mayweather.
was say Floyd Mayweather.
He's undefeated. He ain't never been defeated, ever. His
He
work,
proved it.
he,
Yeah.
as much shit as he taught, really his work speaks for itself, man.
Back it up.
He could back it up with his work, man.
His resume, the stuff, what's that word we said to look back?
Respect.
Respect. His respect comes when you look back on what he's actually done and accomplished.
Yep.
So when he come out in the ring, and then he has all this, and they just reading off for 2-3 minutes about his accomplishments, you know what I'm saying? The guy that came out before him, they read for 10 seconds. You know, he's the WWE champion, blah, 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 and then they stop, and then they read his, and it take 2-3 minutes to finish all his accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? That's the respect that he's earned. He did that because of what he's done himself.
That's right.
You know? Having championship rings in sports or Super Bowl trophies or whatever, you know, whatever accomplishments and whatever you got, speak for itself. Having this knowledge and the level of knowledge it has speaks for itself.
Hey, that's why the apostles get the utmost respect
Yep.
and double honors, man.
Yep.
Because they works over the years proved them to be diligent men of the Lord, man.
Yep.
They set the standard for how the true men of the Lord are supposed to be, man.
Hey, and it's funny that we talk about these other guys, you brought the apostles up, because I don't know many men that can go 10 years with no fruit. 10 years every week with no fruit. Because it proves it, because the other ones that's trying to join together were those same other guys that didn't go out for those same 10 years.
You got a leash on that nigga, man.
You see it, right?
I watched him walk past that way, and he was just following behind her like a robot, just behind her. And now they walking back this way, and he doing the same thing. A fat ass white girl.
Yeah.
He can't do no better, so
Y'all
he
can
just,
see it better. I don't know about
you know.
Yeah.
That's Jake. That's Jake in the world, man.
Man, he made it. He got his salvation.
Yeah, he made it. He the kingdom now. He got his wide hip white woman.
Yep.
That's all Jake wants, right? You know?
Yeah.
A wide hip white woman.
Wide hip snow bunny.
Yeah. They call it in the internet world. They call it pogging.
Yeah.
P-A-W-G.
Fat ass
Pogging.
white girl.
Fat ass white girl.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But Khan, going back, you know, the elders, man, they works prove that they are the men.
Yep.
All right. You know, their works prove it. They're fruit, right?
Yeah, I was going to.
And those men are examples of the guys who increased. You know, they grew over the years, and now they ain't teaching the same
They
bullshit.
held fast to.
They
I had 2 scriptures slapped.
they still acknowledge their elders,
Yeah.
but the Most High gave them increase. You know,
I got 2
now
scriptures.
they know they're more wiser than their own teachers. The Lord can do that. You know.
I got 2 scriptures right there. One of them is 2 Timothy.
Prove your own work, man. Those men are, Hey, there's so many breakdowns that they go in depth that if you ain't paying attention, man, you miss out on a lot, man.
Luke 6:44.
6 and what?
You know, straight up, man, you miss out, man. And those that are without, you're the ones that miss out, man. The ones that are lacking, you the ones that's missing out because you ain't paying attention, man. And you ain't putting in that work. This work not only requires you reading, but you gotta study. You gotta put in time, man. You gotta have the leisure, man.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the videos. You gotta read. You know, you gotta do it all, man.
It's tough for some of us, man. It's tough. I ain't on front. Like, it's tough for me a lot of times to get enough to, because there's so many different camps, so many good teachers out there, so much, the apostles, they just don't stop. You gotta be ready to devote 6 hours to the apostles, at least a week. At least just to them, at least 6 hours. Because they got info docs. They got, they got the channel, what is the mark? They got the walking talks, the mail bags.
EMS too.
They got all kinds of just.
Hey, and they set the standard. Hey, they said, and one of the brothers.
That's not in the live stream stuff.
One of the brothers put it out. Well, really, the apostles, brothers are putting it out. 2016. This is the year of the push. All right, this is the year where we're gonna step up our game and push it. We're already diligent, but we're gonna even turn up even more this year.
Yeah.
Meaning everything that's according to the prophecies, anything that we see, we're gonna take it, we're gonna do a lesson, and we're gonna put it up.
Yep. And I've been seeing
every chance we get.
Other videos of just random stuff by somebody else, they put it up on their channels.
Yep.
They'll look like prophecy type stuff, getting thrown up, just upload, put it back up.
Just pushing.
Under this channel now.
What other Israelite group is doing that, man?
Because there's stuff that I don't come across. I don't come across all types of UFO stuff. If it's not on brothers' pages, right. That's not something I go and research. But brothers' pages and subscriptions pop up, and I see all types of stuff like that on their pages. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And brothers have really been doing that lately. My email thing is going on. My mama like, you must got a woman on the side. I was like, keep your mouth shut, but that's something else.
Right.
But just saying, like, brothers be putting up stuff all the time. What was you saying? I
was gonna say we setting the standard because what other Israelite group is putting in the work like that, man?
Yeah.
We like Big Cross. We pushing it to the limit.
Right.
Pushing it.
Certain groups they only putting out one video every month and shit, man.
Yeah. Some of them re-uploading videos.
Some of them are just editing videos from months ago and just putting up clips of them once a week.
Yeah, like it's fresh.
Like they've been out here all this time.
All this winter.
You know, you got dudes half-assing like that, man.
Yeah.
You know? And how they got thousands of followers and views on their videos, and they ain't even putting up like that, man. Yeah. They ain't even putting out the information.
Niggas go online and click it every day.
Yeah, they just go on and just click it.
Yeah.
You know?
Get them numbers up. Just go click it.
There'll be some idiots on there though.
It's like
a lot of zombies.
It's like buying your own CD to get them numbers up. We know you niggas buy your own CD.
Yeah. Hey, that's what Master P did. He bought a million copies of his own first CD.
Went platinum.
So he could get that
get that platinum status, and get that extra money, and then he went and sold them in the hood.
Yep. No, we constantly pushing out.
Yep.
And all the information that's coming out, it's...
All we really need is 144,000.
That's it.
That's it. We care about the rest of the world.
That's right.
144,000 and 1/3. As long as they get this information.
Hey, even the scoffers keep tabs on the different channels, man.
Right.
You can tell inwardly, deep down inside, you scoffers, y'all know y'all learning, man.
Yep.
Y'all know y'all learning. Y'all want to be a part of it,
but
man.
they pride is in the way.
That demon, that heavy demon is on you, man.
Yep.
You know.
But y'all know that the men of GMS are the most diligent, man.
Luke, stay on Great
Cause y'all would
Millstone,
have,
man.
if y'all was trolling them other camps the way y'all troll us,
The camps would
They
fold.
would have folded.
y'all would be bored. Y'all would have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Y'all would be sitting on our keyboard with like, damn, let me just shut my computer screen down. Let me shut my monitor off, man.
I think he was
You
talking.
know?
Yeah.
Luke 6 and 43.
No, hold on. Let me read this one first. The First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21.
Hard. Jimmy trying hard. Judah trying hard, man. That shit is crazy. She really want to be accepted so bad, man. She wants attention
Mark
that
up your
bad.
chin. When you mark up your chest, a woman mark up her chest. You done gave up, just like a woman that cut her hair off. You done gave up.
You gave up the fight.
You done gave up. The last thing you should want to do is mark up your body. And let's get this straight. The only women that's supposed to be getting breast augmentation are women who have cancer and are in accidents. If you're a woman and you go get a breast implant because you just want to enhance your looks to get more men, that's going to be your curse.
Yeah, you gonna drop dead.
It's just like these black
Like them
women,
injections.
them booty injections.
Yep.
It's going to get you. Stupidness.
Yeah, that just proves women are vain. They're just vain creatures, man. All right, don't take no women. We don't take women serious, man.
Nah, man. It's like dealing with children.
It's like dealing with
You might get a
children.
smart kid.
Yeah, children in
You
adult
might
bodies.
Get, yeah.
I saw women off.
You might get some really smart advanced children.
Exactly.
But they only gonna go to the certain age limit of a child. They're not going, to a certain age limit of a woman, certain increase mentally of a woman. You're not gonna go deep. It says, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. And the apostles have done that, and the other camps have not. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But for the rest of the brothers that need that understanding of that, it's just, hey, when you go through, that's what I was saying about that group. That group, what they should have did is went into the scriptures and deep into it and figured out what doctrines were good and threw out the rest of the bullshit. Okay, so we're going to throw out the Cornelius thing. We're going to throw out the, Jesus Christ thing, the name of that. We're going to throw out, whatever else. Bullshit. We're going to throw all the bullshit out and make people prove it. Then I
got a free.
Go ahead.
Acts 17 and 10. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, and they that received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so.
Studying to show you something.
And the apostles have done that. That's what I'm saying. You have to devote hours out of your week
And they tell us to
just
do
to
the
watch
same.
to have that readiness of mind to learn. Like,
They'll leave links and sources
man, brothers do that. I get
in the description.
blown up. My phone gets blown up. The
Yep.
brothers sending videos.
Yep.
Look what I just ran into. Look what this nigga doing now. Look what, edifying stuff. And it's fruitful for that to be true. You go ahead and read that now. I mean, it increases you in fruit of wisdom and in fruit of the spirit of the men that's supposed to come out.
Luke 6 and 43. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit.
And that's what y'all got, corrupt fruit in y'all congregations, separately in different congregations in certain areas. So when you can't, a good tree, which we believe, fully, wholeheartedly believe Great Millstone is a good tree, that's why you see the increase of fruit all over the world and in the knowledge and wisdom also. Keep going. And it's not going to bring nothing that's contrary to the doctrine.
Neither doeth corrupt tree bring forth good fruit.
Neither does corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Because all of that fruit y'all think y'all gaining and bringing in, there's some sincere that ain't going to last long with y'all. They're going to find out where they really need to be at. Now, I don't mean a great millstone. I mean at the right doctrine, the right conclusions of truth.
Yeah.
You know, versus those that aren't there for the right reasons, y'all gonna fall off, man, and get destroyed. You know, because sincerely inside a man's heart is how you know what a man is really about. And it begins to prove out in his actions. And that's the fruit of what you put into your body, into your mind, and it comes out in your actions. That proves your tree.
Verse 44. For every tree is known by its fruit.
You only know if somebody's smart if they say something smart over and over. You know? That's why we laugh at you 5%ers and whatever else. Because y'all have certain phrases that sound smart, but when you actually try to figure it out and then make them go deep into it, they ain't got nothing to talk about. They're done but parrots. All they do is just reiterate what somebody else said. The apostles have always made sure, hey, don't be parrots to what we say. Go prove it and learn something else out of that.
Right.
Go dig a little deeper. Go see what else is out there. Teach something that they said brothers been doing that. Teach stuff that they don't teach all the time. That they may have been on camera teaching.
You see brothers going into the history, man.
Yeah.
You know, brothers pushing out the history, going into the Latin tribes.
Yeah.
And a brother in Mississippi, man, he put up lessons every week proving that the Latin tribes are Israel, man. He goes into it, man. He goes deep into it, man. He brings out the knowledge, the information, stuff that you can go and take it and take it up a further notch, man.
Yep.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're supposed to be doing. You know?
For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of the bramble bush gather they grapes.
Right. You're not gonna have what's that, figs and thorns?
Figs, yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna puncture the fruit. So those two trees are made together. So you ain't gonna grab something from another doctrine that don't make sense in your own doctrine to tie it back into y'all trying to mix doctrines like that. And just be cool because y'all think y'all all Israel and y'all was in the same spot at one time. That don't make no sense. You can't bring that 92 doctrine that ain't been updated to 2016. You need to update on it. You know, a lot of that back then, there wasn't a lot of Hispanics back then. When I look back at the older videos, I didn't see a lot of Hispanics. There was some, but nobody's talking about Mexicans. Not like that. What a lot of Mexicans out there teaching the tribe of Issachar. I didn't see. So how? But you got to update that now to teach that part. You know, to be able to get on board with that part now, because there's a lot of Hispanic brothers that's out there teaching now, that's pushing this doctrine hard, harder than some Judites, so to speak. You know, it's not because of tribe, but just because of the spirit that's on that man. You know, and that's the fruit coming from the tree of wisdom that they're learning, that they're pushing out.
And that's a lot to suck up for Issachar, because he's been taught that Jesus Christ is his name and he looked like them.
Yep, he looked white.
He looked white, rather.
Yep.
So that's a lot for them to absorb and know that their father is a black man.
And humble too. Know what all this, especially on the West Coast, with this black and Mexican beef that still got residuals from it. Nobody's, his name ain't truly over. You know? That's a humbling thing for him. And then the Judites, you know, and the darker tribes to accept that. The Haitians and Dominicans and all that too. This thing is way bigger than the simple worldly ideals that go on. It's a humbling thing, and you're only able to humble down and come to that when you have a proper tree of wisdom and truth. Was there more?
Oh, that was it.
That was it. I'll read this one right quick. Sirach. That was it, right?
Going to a 45.
Go ahead.
Luke 6 and 45. A good man out of the good treasure, of his heart, bringeth forth which is good. And an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth which that is evil.
Yep. So if you have anything inside you that teaches from an unsincere place, that's all the fruit that's gonna come out of that is the wickedness that was in your heart.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you really out here trying to wake up your people, trying to get sincerely get your own salvation, then boom. Then you're gonna push those things that's gonna do that in sincerity and in truth. But if you like, nah, I wanna be the top guy, I wanna be the face of Israel, I gotta be known as this, as that, I wanna be the top teacher, I wanna have my own school, I wanna do whatever. You got all, I wanna feed the homeless or whatever, so I can get this tax write-off or whatever you thinking, it ain't gonna come out to nothing good. It ain't gonna amount to nothing good. And there's people in those other doctrines that fall for that. Look like you do, Now I'm gonna read this one. That was it, right? That was it. Sirach 27:6. The fruit declareth if the tree have been dressed. So if it's been well nourished, right? With fertilizer, with enough. She was look back and see. Damn deep. She was thinking she looked back to see. It said the fruit declare that the tree has been dressed. Well, the tree has been well nourished, it's been watered the proper way, if it's been given the right nutrients, the right attention, pruned of all the bullshit that's dying off, you know? So is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man. Yeah, when you utter conceit, it comes from, that's the type of man you are. That's funny, that's tied into what I was saying anyway. You know, if you come from a corrupt man, you're gonna push out corrupt knowledge. I can't call it wisdom, but corrupt information. If you humble yourself to the purities and the wisdom of the truth, then boom, then you're gonna push that out. And that's what builds fruit of wisdom that you can stack together and build your knowledge upon that and wisdom upon that, you know? That was it. That's all I heard.
Let's go to 9 too.
Oh, all the way to 9? Read it, because I got close one.
The birds will resort into their light.
Read it.
Ecclesiasticus 27:9. The birds will resort unto their light. So will truth return unto them that practice in her.
Yep, if you practice and bringing out the truth and discovering the truth, a workman needed not be ashamed, you're gonna come to it. You're gonna find it. That's a precept basically to that same scripture. He abradeth not, he gonna give it to you liberally. And for y'all that ain't getting it, there's some flaw in you, inherently probably in you, that you can't get it. And the ones of you that are meant to get it, that haven't gotten it yet, there's a stage of humility that you probably haven't gone to.
That's why it says wisdom seeketh, she seeketh that which she seeketh who is worthy of it.
Yep.
You know? She searcheth or seeketh that
I'm gonna get it in.
who's worthy to have it.
You said it 3 different times.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I got it. You got it already?
And that goes with Ecclesiasticus 27:8. If thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her,
Yep.
and put her on as a glorious long robe.
Read it a little louder.
Hey, that's go ahead. Go ahead.
Right?
Ecclesiasticus 27:8. If thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her,
Yep.
and put her on as a glorious long robe.
Put her on as a glorious robe. That robe is talking about the beautiful garment.
Yep.
That garment, man,
truth,
which
this
represents this truth, the wisdom. All right, we're supposed to wear this wisdom like as if we got the freshest, most decked out, beautiful apparel that you can ever find, man.
Yep.
You know, you gonna boast in it. You gonna be like, look at how shiny my breastplate is. Look at the ring I got. That's how you're supposed to wear this knowledge, man. This wisdom.
And
You know?
when you got it, it's like wearing jewelry, right? And when you got it, you're supposed to show it off.
That's right.
It's not necessarily to boast about, but you just give it out. Look, you like that? Look, yeah. Look what time it is. Yep. That's shiny. Look, look what time it is. I'm dropping knowledge on you. You know, but not from a position of making somebody feel low, but just in informing somebody
What scripture you was at?
Ecclesiasticus 27 and 8.
27 and 8.
Con.
Go from there. Somebody go from there to Sirach, the 6th chapter. Sirach 6 and
I'll read this one right here.
okay.
It shouldn't mess it up. Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 16.
Sirach 6 and 29 through 31.
Matter of fact, if you did, go ahead and read it.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and, you said 21? 29. It's like
through 31.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 29. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory.
And her chains a robe of glory. Talking about wisdom. Go ahead.
For there is a golden ornament upon her,
Yep.
and her bands are purple lace.
And her bands are a purple lace. When you look at the side note to it, it says or ribbon of blue.
Yep.
Now, what do you familiarize yourself with when you think about the border of blue? That goes back to the commandments, and especially in particular
covenant
Numbers,
of
the 15th chapter.
The covenant. Of
Right.
the commandments, yep.
Right. And so, really, that's talking about putting on that spiritual garment, man,
Yeah.
which is wisdom.
Yep.
All right? If you wear this wisdom, which is this truth, and you pushing the truth and you doing the will of the Father, you pretty much walking with that glorious garment on you.
Yep.
All right? See, Nate and them, they all about the physical
Outward,
appearance,
yeah.
the outward man. They so bent on that. They try to, they'll convict you or try to make you feel less of a man if you don't have on the literal garment with the fringes, and you're more accepted with the fringes and the beautiful garments.
In addition to
But
all the extra garments that they got, all the flashy garments.
Yeah, all that
they got.
shit, man. Not realizing, hey, but you gotta have the spiritual garment in order to make it.
Yeah.
You know?
You can be butt ass naked. But as long as you got that inner garment,
You better
pearly
have
white
that
on,
garment. You better
yeah.
wear this garment.
Because the scriptures say that you come into the world butt naked with nothing, and you gonna leave out butt naked with nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Read to 31.
Yep.
And then somebody get
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 30.
Revelation 16 and 15.
For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor.
Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor. That's that garment. The glorious garment, man. Go ahead.
And shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy.
Put her upon thee as a crown of joy, man. We supposed to be joyous in this knowledge, man.
Yep.
Because this knowledge is what liberates us, man. We free from by the truth. The truth sets us free, man. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
That's right.
And if thou bow, and
Hey,
if thou,
it's a humbling position to be somebody listening versus somebody speaking.
That's right.
But if somebody knows something that you don't, humble yourself and learn it. That's what
that's
the
it.
other groups got a problem with. Apostle Tahar and the other apostles and the men. They don't want to humble down to those men to learn something. Go ahead.
I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus 6 and 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
You shall be wise, man. You listen, you become wise. That's how you learn. Okay.
Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse.
That's why you got to be constantly watching the videos, man. And don't miss nothing.
And let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
Don't let it escape, man.
That's how you get them. Hey, some things get broken down 3 weeks ago. A little piece of it come out. 2 weeks later, another little piece, and then the last little piece that you needed to connect them all comes out a week after that.
That's right.
And then when none of the lessons was about that.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 37.
learned a lot of stuff.
Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord Yahweh, and meditate continually in his commandments.
That's right.
He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire.
That's it, man. He will throw that robe. He will put that glorious robe on you the moment you humble down and receive his word, man.
Yep.
And
With humility.
I can attest to that. It's just
Right.
like this. Stop, y'all. Most of the men that's in the truth, we had a certain amount of wisdom the Lord was giving us.
Right.
But it wasn't until we accepted it that we got the full jug.
Yep.
We all had a cloak around us or we wouldn't be here.
Right. To be able to have common sense, to be able to understand the basic things, the milk, until later, when the deeper comes in, it's easily, you can even put that together with it too.
Yeah.
Even if it was just a humble spirit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, so that what you read in that, that's pretty much sums up the garment, man, that we gotta be dressed with. If you don't have that garment, you're pretty much naked, man. That's what in Revelation 16 to 15.
Ready?
Yep.
Revelation 16, 15. She fell.
Go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it.
She went a little handicapped
go,
people too.
go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
Before the camera go off.
Yeah, it's gonna
Little
go off.
bit. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watches and keepeth his garments.
Blessed is he
walk-
that watcheth and keepeth his garment. Keep what? Keep the wisdom. Keep this word, man. All right? Go ahead.
Lest he walk marked and they see his shame.
Lest you be naked.
Oh,
and-
lest you walk naked
Lest you walk
and
naked
they see your shame.
and they see your shame.
Mark.
You know, your shame is basically you turned out to be a false prophet, man.
Yep.
You know, you was just winging it. All right, you didn't have works to show forth that you are a man of the Lord, or you had wicked works.
Yep.
You know,
And that's why if you connect those scriptures that we've been reading, and your garment, you don't have stain in your garment if you come from a corrupt place. If you're teaching from a corrupt place.
yeah.
You know, and when you get to the door of that wedding or that marriage, you ain't gonna get in.
Exactly.
No
Yep, you better
invite.
have that wedding garment, man.
Yep.
You know, have that wedding garment. If you don't have that, you ain't getting in this, and you ain't joining. You're not gonna join unto the Lord, man.
Yep.
That marriage ain't happening. You ain't a part of that marriage. All right.